and I live and knit and garden in Transylvania. Long time no see, so welcome everybody. I am knitting again, and here I am. There is like a really long time behind me that I was not knitting because I was doing our flower farm all the summer, but also in the spring I had some really life-changing, life-altering trauma, and it took me a long time to recover, mostly mentally, and yeah, here I am, single mom, and I'd like to talk about those knits that I started like 1 year ago. And yeah, so 1 year ago I was very much into test knitting again, and I took on various projects, and until spring, until all the bad stuff happened, I was knitting away very happily, and there were really nice projects that I finished, and those I did not finish that time I could finish now, because it was good to pick up the needles and do them again. And kind of feel it's a waste to let also this channel go. Also, my other reason to make this video is not only just to present these garments, but also I'm hoping that I can find some people who are interested in it and they would purchase it or make an offer for them. So it happened that as you know, there was a time that I was not together with my ex-partner, and then I made like the huge mistake to let him back again into our lives. And in the spring, that ended up in me in hospital. So he has like a serious addiction, and yeah, he attacked me in the front of our 5-year-old boy, and it was very traumatic for him and for my son and for me too. So it was 4 days in the hospital, and after that, of course, everything changed. I took action against him, and I took also steps to heal us, me and my son, and I also got a lot of help from my forefound page, on my forefound page, from some friends to purchase those professional seeds to start my flower farm, and I did that. I even though everything bad things happened, I was able to to grow flowers and sell the cut flower bouquets and all kind of other things that I made from the flowers and so on. And I really see that would be like a super great way of life for us. But this was like, I could say, like officially the first year, and I don't want to talk exact numbers because it's irrelevant here. I'm in Romania, and so, but I can say that in 6 months work I made like 2 months salary with this hustle of mine, which I don't want to be a hustle. I want to make it serious. And I think it's in the first year to do that alone, it's pretty okay. The market here is also very difficult. So I'm working on that a lot, and I have so many more energy and ideas for next year to make this like a profitable business where I can actually say, okay, I can pay for myself. Anyway, with this separation from my ex, yeah, he practically took everything he could from here, what was movable, a lot of stuff which we bought together. And I had like a suburb, like without tools to cut the grass, or to build something. So, and why I'm selling these garments is just like I'm in a kind of a hole still after all this summer flower business that it's very difficult for me to get out from. I do have income that is enough for us to live on, but it's not enough to invest in a polytunnel or buy new equipment and new things. Anyway, I'm happy that if this is what he needed to take to be out of our lives, that's okay. Just it's great that it's gone. And so I just need a little bit of pick me up, and I decided to sell my knits. I do have bills to pay to a lawyer, and I don't know what's going on with the hospital. They say I don't have to pay it yet, but maybe I will have to pay it after all. And it's winter, and we have firewood, but I would be more calm to know that I can like get another load, and yeah, to see us through the winter. And yeah, so there are so many other expenses that I was not I'm not able to move forward and get them. So I'm saving at the moment for a polytunnel, but yeah, so a little help would be nice. And I do have an income, as I said, from teaching children English, some English classes, but that is like the bare minimum for food and gasoline and stuff like that. I was also contemplating to go find a job in the city, but even if I get a job with like at least the minimum salary, I would spend so much money on gasoline to drive back and forth, and I know then I wouldn't have the time and energy to do all this flower farming business. And it turns out that I yeah, I knew I have depression, and but I took the test. I started to go to a therapist, and I took the test, and turns out it's like a little bit more severe than I thought. I'm managing it, and it's great to be able to actually finally make this commitment to go to a therapist. She helped me a lot in all this, revealing all this old stuff and why I am like the way I am, and helped me also how to talk to my child, how to help him to go over through this trauma. It was very traumatic for him, and he's such a brave guy, but I could see for months he was like afraid of things because of what happened. So we are on a road to recovery, and a little pick me up to start to live like normal again, and be able to move forward in the home, on the homestead and on the garden. And yeah, just it would be nice to have a pick me up in this sense. So that's why I'm selling these beautiful items, and I'm so proud of them. And so I'm fortunate that last time when I did this, people actually bought the knitwear, and I was able from that to make to have all the electricity, the solar power in the house. And oh yeah, we still don't have running water in the house, so that's also like a big project for me for hopefully next year that I can work on. So now it's me and my son, and we are in a remote area, but we love to live here, and I want to really make everything possible to make this work and lessen the actual physical work for me, because it's a really hard work with the watering, with cutting grass, with everything. So there are of course a few tools and techniques that yeah, I must invest in to make this more livable or easier to live. So that's about me and my story, and it's not a sad story. I am so much more better than during this relationship. I am more like myself on all these years, like fighting someone else's shortcomings and addiction and feeling deprived of energy because of all of this, all of the lack of support and security. Now I feel more empowered. I feel I am handling this, and I can take everything in my hands. My dad helps me a lot, financially too. So and but I feel like it's really time for me to grow up more and make this business and this homestead like really productive one. Yeah, I could talk about this for a long time. Anyway, for example, like 2 seasons ago, I grew so much vegetables that we could be able to use all the winter from the freezer. And this past season I couldn't, because the slugs eat everything I planted. So of course there are solutions for this, and one the most important would be like have these ducks that eat the slugs, but for that I need also fencing and things like this. So there is a lot to work on and to invest into in the long run to make life more possible here, and yeah, more fruitful. So thank you so much for listening to that. And if you are interested in any of the knit to wear that I'm presenting, you can make an offer on my in email. I will have everything linked down below, and also I link my Ravelry pages for the knit, for the garments, and there you can find the measurements. I am between size M and L, so some of the garments might be smaller and someone on the bigger side. So let's get into it. So the first one is the Nutidens family sweater by Ravienna Knits. She's a German designer, and I think she's fairly new. And she designed this sweater specifically for the Nutiden yarn. I used Plottilopi, and I made like a heathered effect, or ombre effect. Ombre, not heather. Ombre effect, like starting with the darkest and going upwards to the lightest, to this beige. And for this technique with pearl stitches, I used mustard colored yarn. So mostly it's Plottilopi and some other unspun yarns. Yes, it's really rustic, it's itchy for those who are sensitive for it, but it's a fantastic pattern, and she has, that's why it's a family. She has for kids and for men too. So I made the women version, and I also made one for my kid, for my son Shoma. Oh, this is just this is how the yarn is for him. For him I didn't use Plottilopi, of course, because he's like really feeling itchy from that. He don't like it. And even this yarn, which is, I think, is very soft, he still don't like it. I was thinking to have like a matchy garment with him, and these two actually I finished exactly before all these big changes happened. So yeah, and and this one, the small one, is for the 6-year-old kids, but he's not 6 yet, and this is like really fitting for him. So I would the arms are fairly long, so I think it would fit someone from 4 years onward to grow into. So it's great. These two actually I want to sell them together, hopefully, if someone needs like such thing. The next one is a Street Smart jacket by Jamie Hoffman, or Knito Sophie, she is. And I tested this for her also in the beginning of the year. And this is also Beatiful in this lovely gray, headed gray color, and to pair together with mohair and alpaca blend. It's light and it's warm, but it's not that soft because of the Beatiful, so this is also pretty rustic. It has nice buttons on the front, so the construction is like more really like a jacket. And actually it also has pockets with buttons, and all this also again with a type of pearl and pearl stitches. It's a patterning. What I found interesting about this jacket is the way it's constructed for the shoulder. So practically the square here gets the shape blended into it. In the same piece. It's all this one piece, yeah. And that's how you shape the shoulders with with decreases, because it starts up from up. It starts from up here, and then you shape the shoulders with decreases, and on the end you end up with a rectangle to continue for the body. I hope that makes sense. I'm really out of practice, and although I teach children English, I'm more like helping them to understand what they are learning in school, and I don't really have the opportunity to speak. Anyway, so lovely details on this one, and it's a really classical jacket, I think, jacket-like style. So I love this one. So let me know if it caught your eye and you love it as much as I do. And then the next one, it was a pullover, but I am so much into dresses these days, so that I turned this pullover into a dress. And the pattern is called Tender Heart Pullover by Crystal Hyatt, Factory Girl Designs. And here is, so, and this is the one you see. It's a lovely natural alpaca yarn in a natural color. It's really, really soft, this one, and warm as well. And yeah, so that would be the sweater part, but it goes all the way down and on our Ravelry pictures you will be able to see how long this one is. Actually almost until the ankles it goes down, and I only just went on knitting. I didn't add any extra stitches or shaping into it, no A-line shaping, just choose like a cozy size and went around and around. I also have contrasting cuffs and on the bottom contrasting hem, which I split in the back. So in the back it would be split like this, maybe that to ease the movement if it's a dress, but it's really roomy. I would say this is more a size M. I think I really want to make one for me that is like a little bit bigger and roomier than this, to have this like super boxy size of sweater that goes on until the ankles, and yeah, just this roomy, cozy, long and warm but still elegant dress. So the yarn, again, it's alpaca, it drops Puna, and yeah, it's just this natural shade. Okay, the other one, the next one is also a dress, and that was also created from a whole pattern of a pullover, and it's called a Hayley sweater by Stitching Simply, and this was also a test knit, and it has a cable design. It is a cable design sweater. Sorry, I'm hiding those ends that I did not wave in yet. I have a few on this to wave in, and it has this sort of neckline opening. I don't remember how this is called, but I think it's really stylish and adds something to it. I choose to color block this section and also the cuffs and the hem, because I wanted to make also this one in the main yarn as long as possible. So and cabling goes all the way down. So yeah, this is the hem, and also this one is fairly thick also. I added some shaping into this one after all. So until the waist or around the waist, I started to increase on every row where I would make the cabling. So I was increasing between the cables until I reached this shape. So it has a little bit of shaping to it, more flared bottom. Okay, I still have to photograph this one, but I really enjoyed to make it, and I really longed to have I really longed to have something like this in this kind of shape. And the yarn, I don't know the name of the brand because I often purchase yarn from Facebook Marketplace and things like that, but it feels like some kind of it has some alpaca into it for sure, but I think it also has a little bit of either superwash or a little bit of nylon in it. It's definitely a blend, but it's still soft and lovely. Okay, and the last project I want to show is an old project. I made this really long time ago when I was thing. I do have a picture with my baby bum and wearing this cardigan, but I want to sell it because since then I never wore it again, and I think it's such a beautiful one. I definitely felt that time, that was the time when I started knitting again, and I felt like this was such a success. And it was also one of my first test knits. It's Mariechen from Isabel Kramer, or Mariechen, German designer, and she's really prolific and known for her cozy and just modern style, I think. And also there are so many beautiful things about this cardigan. It's not a sweater, yeah. This cardigan, the yarn, this beautiful natural headed wool is the Berke yarn that I call Berke. It's from the Berke sheep around here, and that was the time when I was learning to use a loom, and I was learning to weave. So, and we went into a small village and where they spin yarn, and I found these colored yarns, and so and this is like totally local and natural, and it's not that rustic like the Icelandic wool. People use it for rug making, but it's like, I felt it's fantastic to knit with. I have some other I have met some other people who knit with it, and yeah, I just really loved this cardigan with all the lovely lace pattern and on the front. And I think also I found the perfect little buttons for it. They are plastic, but they are so beautiful, like this German stack horn type of buttons in a heart shape. Only the upper one is the round shape. So of course it needs a little bit of newly blocking, I see here, because this should lay on each other. The ribbing should lay on each other for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So sorry, just being nostalgic about it, but really, really, really lovely favorite and successful piece, and I'm actually happy to find a home for it that appreciates it as much as I do. Okay, so these were my knits from the past year and also from before, and I think I really want to go on with making more podcasts now that I'm knitting and I'm finishing up more stuff, and there are a lot of more lovely test knits that I had on the needles and never show, and also a lot of projects that are turning into dresses. And thank you so much for listening and being here. Let me know what you think. I will have all of these listed, as I said, in the description box, and thank you so much if you can help me out to get on my feet by purchasing a lovely knitwear for your loved ones. I'm sure even in the USA it would arrive in 2-3 weeks, so in time for Christmas. And if you don't want to purchase one of these garments, you can help also out by donating on the For Found page. and all that goes into my flower farming business, and to get a polytunnel and get my new seeds, and extending actually my farm. Yeah, this year I want to double it, the size of the cultivated area. So thank you so much again, and I'm sorry that I came back into this community or onto the YouTube channel with such a story and such a request and intentions of selling some of the knits, but I feel I have to do what I can, what I possibly can to make my life and my son's life work, and yeah, just yes. So thank you. Bye, and see you again.